We're gonna give you a quick tour. I'm not saying that a ton has happened since we last did this, but it's been a lot of work. You don't see a lot of it, but for example, and we'll go on the inside and look at this too, but this is the counters. Those are all framed and put in place. We had to do all of the cleanup framing, like down here. We had to insert all of this stuff here, so we have some place to mount everything to on the insides of these walls and on these fender wells here. Still got some work to do to get the sheeting done and stuff in there, but the framing is pretty much done with all this. We've got over here, we've got the drive-through windows are now framed. So we'll have a drive-through window here and we'll have a drive-through window on the other side. That's all done. And then right through the window here up there, we have our hole for our wall unit. Our air conditioning unit's gonna be coming in there. This will be the tongue coming out here. So the framing's done. And we also got the roof sheeted. So now I have to go and do today we're gonna do all the framing up on the roof, which isn't gonna look anywhere near as significant as this, but like I was telling Cassie, it's the same thing. I literally have to build a wall all the way around the top of this, just like this wall here. The only difference is in some areas it's only that tall, so it seems like nothing, but it's the same steps. Gotta cut the same amount of studs, use the same amount of track, all of the same measure, everything's the same. So pretty much gotta go duplicate this up here and get that wall up there, and then we'll be ready to sheet. I'll probably sheet it before I put the actual roofing up on the top. But my goal today is Wednesday, so I've still got what's left of today, and then Thursday and Friday and the weekend. But by the end of the weekend, I'd really like to have this sheeted, roofed, and dried in, so that I'm just working on the interior, or I might take on the project of these canopies and some of that stuff. There's still a lot of really big details that have to be worked out on this. So satisfied with the progress, but we have a long way to go. And for the more technical side, again, for weight is why we did the metal studs. I built the frame out of 1/8 inch thick steel. It seems real solid. If I have a weight problem, and I'm anticipating that I might, even still, every time I put a board on here, I'm conscious of the fact that I just added weight. The next trailer, I might do this out of aluminum. So I'm looking into going with aluminum instead of the steel, and I think it'll give us the same structure, but yet cut the weight again significantly. We use 20 gauge metal studs for all the stuff down here, and then on the roof, that's all 18 gauge, more of a structural 2x6. So again, just for weight, it is very strong, was really square, sheeted really nice. From one end to the next, I didn't have an 1/8 inch of variance when I got to this end, in 22 feet, that's pretty impressive. So it's a really good build so far. I'm kind of excited to get it sitting on a trailer, see what it looks like when we get it outside. But next steps are frame the walls, put the actual roofing on the roof, and I have to work on, I still have to invent my canopies. Those canopies are gonna have to retract. It wouldn't take a whole lot of convincing to convince me not to do them, but I'm still planning to do them as of right now. I just have to figure out how I'm gonna do that, and I think I have time. I'm down to about 4 weeks. All right, so now we're on the inside. We just came in the back door. Again, this will be all down on the ground, but so we got a little higher level, but this is the pretty much what the aisle width is gonna end up being. Because we're gonna have coolers that are gonna come out. I did this by design. This side actually comes out a little bit further than this side. And that's because my coolers are gonna come out to about this level here. So there'll be a tall cooler here and a tall cooler here. That'll lead into this, which is going to be our cold station, where we make all of our frozen drinks and stuff like that. This is where our espresso machines are gonna sit. And then there'll be shelves up above them. We're gonna be doing all of our water tanks and our waste tank for this side. I'm doing 2 sets, one side over here, and it'll come out and drain right down here somewhere. And then this side will have water tank here, and then the drain tank will be right here, because this is going to be all of our hand sinks and our 3-bay sinks and all of that. So mainly storage and sinks in this back half, or back third. Then in the center, this is where all of the production stuff happens, as far as the making of the coffee and all of that. And then up here, this is where we'll be serving the customers. So you got the 2 windows over there. They'll have a cooler here with our nitro brew in the bottom, and then our other stuff up in the top. And then our ice bin and our bar sink will be over here. And there'll be a counter over there where we'll have our drip and all of that. So it's actually coming together very, very functional. I think it's gonna do well. The only concern I have is weight. What's new? Yeah, that's it. I got a couple little build concerns, but I'll work through them when I get in it. I can only plan in my head so far. For example, this is a change I did here. I'm doing this on the drive-through windows and the door. So this was all metal, but I'm converting that out and putting 1 wood stud in here, because I just don't like the way screws bite into metal. So when we put our door in here, I'll be able to mount it to wood instead of mounting it to metal studs. And that's what we're doing there. We did that on this end on our windows. It adds a little bit of weight, but nowhere near as much weight as if I'd have done this whole post that way. And I think that'll hold it fine. There's zero, a lot of times when you build stuff like this on the doorway, part of it's because you want a good solid post like this, but the biggest reason that you stack this stuff up like that is because you have to hold all of the weight that normal studs would hold here. With this, there is no weight, because we got the steel beam going across up there that's holding all the weight. These studs literally don't hold any weight. All they have to do is hold the sheeting that's getting applied to them. So again, I still feel it's going to be very strong. Doing all LED lights. Again, outside of weight, what am I worried about? Power. I'm going to try to run this with a 10K generator, which will give me around 52 amps at 220. So I feel I can run 1 espresso machine at a time on that. We'll have 2 in here, but what we'll do is that's going to be more for setups when we can plug the unit in rather than having it run off generator. When we're running generator, we're probably going to only be able to run 1 of those, but it will run all of our coolers and our drip coffee and all that as well. So haven't decided if I'm going to be able to put that generator on the trailer or if we're going to have to bring it out separate. I'm still working through that. It's really going to depend on how much this thing weighs when I get it built. So yeah, that's pretty much the tour so far. Like I say, it looks farther along probably than it is. I mean, you can tell what it is now compared to what it was in the past. The shape of it is definitely defined. And it'll look even more so when I get the sheeting up, which isn't going to take, we can do that in probably a day, half a day maybe even. A lot of details that have to be dealt with. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do exactly on my corners, and probably I got an idea there of what we're going to do. We might have to build something, and of course up there we got panels that are going up. So Cassie, you got anything you want to say?
It's cold.
Cassie's cold. This is Haas. Sit. That's good boy. Good boy. We're gonna let Haas hang around for a little while. He's not gonna hurt nobody, right? Unless they're bad. All right, let's go to work.
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.